What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be finally doing the gear list video. So at the uploading of this video, it should be right around the time that I'm actually going to be flying out and heading to Springer. So it'll only be hopefully a few days, maybe a week before I actually start uploading actual out on trail content. So this is going to be the last of all the pre-trail content. I'm already forgetting, and I'll have the weight on, I'll have little video clips of the weight. I believe everything came out combined at like 27 pounds, and then with my base layers off, not including the fleece, it was right around 25 pounds as like my total packed gear weight. Coming out to be a little bit heavier than I anticipated. There's a lot of gear that I've had to shed. And once I get out of the winter months and into some of the warmer summer months, I'll be shipping that bag out to me and sending this one back, so that should shed a few pounds there. Shedding some of my sleeping base layers that are really warm. It's going to be shedding down a few pounds, along with just a few and like I said, y'all will see in here in just a second. But without further ado, let's kind of get into what I've got. So here on my tent footprint, I've got everything kind of spread out, all my assortment of items. Okay, let's start over here with my pack. My pack is going to be the Osprey AT65 pack. It's a little bit heavier, but I've done quite a bit of hiking with it, and I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. I really like this pack, so I'm hoping it works out for me. I think after the pack, I think I want to go straight into my base layer. So for sleeping, I have Smartwool top and bottoms. And these are just specifically going to be used for sleeping. They're not going to be used for any hiking. Going into my hiking base layers, if it's a nice warm day, I'm going to be putting on the Strider running shorts. Or what I've got on me right now, I've got these, I think they're called Deceptor pants. I just got these a few weeks ago because I really wanted to bring a pair of pants for hiking instead of just having the shorts. But so far, I've worn these just a little bit, and I really like them. I think that was definitely worth the investment. For my base shirt, I have on just a regular, just like an REI waterworking t-shirt, nothing too fancy. Here with my shoes, these are Topo, just like trail running shoes. I've had these for years, and I wear them all the time, and I freaking love these. The only issue I have with these is they no longer continue making these specific ones, and I've tried on some of the other ones. I don't like them nearly as much, but when I have to replace my shoes, that's definitely something I'm going to have to go with. But getting back into at least the rest of my clothes, over here in this bag, just bringing 2 pairs of underwear for this. We got 2 pairs of socks and some, which those are going to be Darn Tough socks. I'm pretty sure everyone wears Darn Tough socks while they're out hiking. It's such a good brand. And then the Injinji sock liners. Don't know if I'm gonna use them all the time. I've heard really good stuff about them, how they specifically prevent blistering, along with just kind of smearing up your toes and wearing Vaseline. So we're gonna try those out, and hopefully those work out really well. As it starts to get a little bit cooler, like I said, I'm gonna be putting on this Patagonia fleece that I have, just like an R1 hoodie. And if it starts getting any colder or wetter, I'll start putting on my rain gear. But for camp, specifically have a Nano Puff Patagonia jacket. I've worn this a ton since I've gotten it, and I freaking love it. It's so light, and love the color on it. I love this really nice maroon color that comes with these jackets. I don't think they make them anymore, so I kind of got lucky with these. Moving over to rain gear, these are gonna be, I got this as a gift, like a Christmas gift. These are just gonna be really basic Frog Tog pants. I had the Frog Tog jacket too, but I haven't heard a whole lot of good stuff about it. I was gonna go with I think Frozen recommended. What he did is he had ballerina pants that he hit with DWR, and I tried those on over these pants, and I didn't really like how they fit. They just kind of really felt uncomfortable, and this tends to fit a little bit better. So with all of my rain stuff, I'm about to go hit all this with DWR, just as an extra way of protection. For my gloves, I kind of just went with these Gore-Tex mittens. I originally had a different pair of gloves, and I started getting really worried about how much water was gonna go through it, and Just from like using them at work, I was not a fan of just, they were really, really warm, but they just kind of soaked up water too much. And so I'm hoping these are going to help out a little bit better. The reviews online say they're really good. This is one of my last minute purchases, and it's something I really, really haven't been able to test out. So that's probably my biggest concern with this gear. Moving on to some of these bags that I have over here. This one, I like to call them a go bag. That's specifically for, you know, having to go out in the woods just in case. I don't really want to break all this stuff out, so I'll basically just kind of go over very briefly what each one has. This one here is going to be more of like a hygiene bag. Got toothbrush, toothpaste, some real basic stuff in there. Over here is going to be my electronics bag with, I've got a 20,000, I think it's a milliwatt an hour. I think that's how you say it. Megawatt, no, it's not megawatt, milliwatt an hour battery bank, which I believe should be plenty, along with just some earbuds, some charging stuff, really basic electronic stuff. I'm trying not to bring a whole lot of that. And then a basic first gear, a basic med kit here, like an outdoor med kit, which I'm basically going to take everything out of that bag. That's one of my things today. I need to go through all that, and there's some stuff I want to take out of there. So I'm stripping that down just a little bit to shed a little bit of weight. Moving over to some of the more fun stuff, I guess you could say. Tent wise, I'm rocking the Nemo Dragonfly 2. I've used this tent quite a bit. I love this tent. Haven't really tested it a whole lot in rain. I think I've slept in it while it's been raining once or twice, so that's another thing I'm going to be hitting with the DWR later today. Next to that bag are just some stakes. I've got the Q-Core Deluxe. It's a Big Agnes sleeping pad here. At first, I did not like this sleeping pad at all. I didn't feel like it was wide enough, and I didn't feel like it was firm enough. I felt like I was sleeping basically on the ground while I was just a few inches off the ground. But I've tested it a few more times since, and I've really, really come to like it. I don't think I had it firm the first time, and I think I just kind of made I don't know. I don't think I was using it properly, and so I know how to use it now, so it should be plenty fine. This big bag is going to be my sleeping bag. This is going to be the Nemo Disco 15. This is the new bag I switched to. And like I said, it's a little bit more heavier than the Quilt, but I believe it should work out fine. At least for the first few months, and then I'll be switching that out to shed some weight, along with just a Nemo inflatable pillow here, so I can sleep pretty comfortably. I would definitely say that's the biggest luxury item I have here. I'm trying to cover everything, but I feel like I'm skipping over some stuff. Down here, my Dirty Girl Gators. For my trail runners, I got Crocs' water shoes, shower shoes, camp shoes, whatever you want to call it, just to be able to take my shoes off, keep them dry, and just flip it into those Crocs. I think are going to be really nice. Those it's actually quite a bit of a weight add, so if I realize I'm not using them, those may be one of the things I send back, but I use them quite a bit here at home, and I really, really like the Crocs. I also, on that little orange bag there, I've got a sleeping bag liner, which totally changes. Those are so nice. I love my freaking sleeping bag liner. They're so comfortable, and they make sleeping outside a little bit more enjoyable. Up here at the top, I just have a pack liner, like the outside liner or cover to cover my pack, along with a little bit of bear spray. I originally wasn't going to bring any bear spray, but so my parents are more comfortable back home watching, and me being just in bear country, I'm bringing that just for to make them feel a little bit better. And then I believe last but not least, all I have left to cover, I just have these trekking poles here. These are just some really basic. I didn't go with lightweight trekking poles. I've seen a lot of people who bring trekking poles that the lightweight ones tend to break a lot, and there's a girl that I know from my local area who just hiked the PCT, and she said she had a friend who brought these, and they worked out really, really well for them, and so far I really like them. I've done a few hikes with it, and everything here, at least at this moment, I have no complaints with. Alright, so I almost forgot, but last but not least, we have my food bag here. In that little orange, I guess, stuff sack or carry sack there is a Toaks titanium pot, a spoon, a very lightweight spoon. I've got my Sawyer squeezes in there just for transport, which I'll be using to filter out my water, and I almost call it a hot pocket every time, but the MSR Pocket Rocket as my stove with just a little bit of fuel in there. I'm gonna leave this fuel behind while I transport it, and then I'll just buy some fresh fuel before I head out on trail. But I think that is about it. I know the weight is a little bit heavy, and like I said, I should be shutting down quite a bit of this. If y'all have any feedback, I would love to hear from y'all. Any advice would be great, and I think that's about it for this video. Once again, thank you everyone for watching and following along. I guess I will see y'all in a few days on trail. Have a good weekend.